Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by Bell Tire. It is a beautiful night for baseball here in the Motor City and a perfect day to play two. Welcome to Comerica Park, the nightcap in this doubleheader featuring the Chicago White Sox and your Detroit Tigers. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba alongside Kirk Gibson. Glad to have you with us here for the nightcap of the doubleheader. The Tigers lose Game 1. They'll try for better things here in Game 2, but really, Gibby, these doubleheader days are long for the players.
Well, they can be, and you don't want to lose the first one. And most guys prefer the back-to-back doubleheader. Tonight's a day-nighter. If you're going to go in, you're going to eat, you're going to rest, you're going to prepare for the second game. But we had the first game was very short. The weather was good, not too hot. Only the second doubleheader this year, so it's pretty easy so far.
All right, how about Ian Kinsler? He's had a really good second half, and maybe more importantly, this last homestand, he really has been playing well on both sides of the baseball.
I tell you, the more I watch this guy, the more he impresses me. Very good. He's averaging 150 games over 5 years, and just watch the way he plays. It's very impressive. He's all over the field. He dives, he gets dirty, he's going to his left, he's going to his right. These are big plays in that Kansas City series. This held them to one run, and his hitting has been consistent all year. He had that one little streak where he was struggling, and he's in the middle of everything. Originally ruled safe, then they overturned it, and he comes back in the 11th inning and hits the game-winning home run. 10 game-winning RBIs, that leads the team. We had a great last series, and since September 13th, batting average 314, 11 for 35. He's got a home run with 3 RBIs, 5 runs. Doesn't look like Ian Kinsler slowing down at all this year, late in September.
All right, Game 2 minutes away. After a short break, we'll send you back to the Call Sam Studios. Check in with Matt Shepard. Coming up in Game 2 tonight, Tigers have got to get their hidden shoes on. They had only one hit in Game 1. I'm predicting more than that in Game 2. Stay with us. Tigers Sox next. Back here at Comerica Park, where we get you ready for baseball tonight. Game 2 in this doubleheader. Randy Wolf is headed out to the mound. He's presented tonight by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
Randy is looking for his first win. He'll throw a curveball. He has in the past down to 47 miles per hour, but see him since he's come over here to the Tigers. 18 strikeouts, 9 walks, and looking for his first win.
And we are ready for baseball. The first pitch of the nightcap is a strike called on Micah Johnson. Just underway in game 2. The White Sox won the opener today 2-0. Tigers managed only 1 hit in that game. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And it's a bouncing ball left side. On the charge, the shortstop Romine. And Johnson is out by half a step. 1 gone. Here's the rest of the Chicago lineup presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. You saw Johnson. Saladino is next, followed by Abreu and Thompson. Avisail Garcia, Mike Holt, and a bottom 3 of Beckham, Brantley, and Leury Garcia. Changes for both teams in the nightcap here tonight. Tyler Saladino will step in. Saladino did not play in the opener, batting .236, 4 home runs this year. Yeah, and he'll look at ball 1.
Both teams have a new lineup for these second games, really changing it up.
Tigers had quite a few starters out of game 1. They're back in there for game 2. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Bouncing ball right back to the mound. Nice play by Wolf, and there are 2 gone. Here's a Tiger defense. It is brought to you by Beaumont Health. Davis out in center field. Rajay playing here in game 2. Ghost started game 1. Collins, Martinez with him in the outfield. Castellanos, Cabrera in the corners. Wilson and Romine up the middle. Avila is catching game 2. Holiday caught game 1.
Yeah, Alex hasn't been back there very much, and James McCann getting a full day off on a doubleheader. That doesn't normally happen.
Here is Jose Abreu. Swings right through the first. 0-1. Abreu in the opener was 0 for 3, had a base on balls, but he struck out twice. And he had a 6-game hitting streak come to an end. Now Wolf ready with the 0-1 pitch. That'll miss inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Jose is a guy, he's got reverse splits. Better off of righties, not lefties. Usually it's the other way around. The righties usually do better off the left-handed pitchers. You see the ball better, but you do see less lefties. Over 70% of the pitchers in the big leagues are right-handed pitchers.
Abreu having another big year power-wise. He's hit 29 home runs. And he drills that one foul.
Only 3 home runs versus a lefty. So if you get down the road here and you get the bind, do you bring a lefty in to face him in a big situation?
Be interesting.
To be considered. Yep.
Because normally you don't do that. But how many managers do you think actually rely more on the splits?
I think they all take them into consideration.
Right back to the mound.
3 C's.
It's a 3C inning. 1-3 on the putout for the rest of us. by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. It'll be Rajai Davis leading it off tonight in center field. Then Kinsler, he's DHing. Cabrera back at first. Martinez in right. Tyler Collins in left. Nick Castellanos back at third for the nightcap. Avila, Wilson, Romine rounded out, and they are facing the offerings of Eric Johnson.
Yeah, he does have a win here at Comerica. Fastball, slider change, occasional curveball. 5 walks in the 11 innings since his return to the rotation. So want to make sure he's throwing you strikes. You see 12 strikeouts, 8 walks right there on the year.
So Rajai Davis, who did not play in game 1, gets the start in the nightcap, and he's taking all the way. A strike call.
He's fresh. Rajai's fresh. Sitting out the first game, watching it, quick game.
Fouled away 0-2.
We had a nice anthem today from the, was that Lake Fenton High School?
Yes, very nice job.
And what do you give the tuba section?
I give the tuba section a 10 out of 10. They were outstanding. And
you would know because you're a tuba expert.
Well,
I don't think our viewers know this, but did you know that, Keats? So that's good stuff.
Look,
good start to the game.
I just have a son that plays the tuba. I'm not a tuba expert. There's a swing and a miss, and down goes Rajai Davis. One gone.
What makes you an expert?
All right, I'll take it.
It's a compliment.
Here is the defense, and taking us a compliment. Brought to you by Tim Hortons, and for the White Sox, Garcia in center, Thompson in left, the other Garcia, Avisail in right. You got Beckham in third, Saladino the shortstop, Johnson and Olds, and Brantley, a former Tiger. He is catching for Eric Johnson. Here is Rob Brantley. There's a first pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes. I'm being instructed to inform the fans that Keating's hanging out in the booth. That's why you mentioned John Keating. He just didn't appear out of the blue. The 1-0 pitch is in for a strike.
He sneaks in here from time to time. Long day for Keats and for the guys who are doing both games.
Johnson working quickly. The 1-1 pitch is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike on Kinsler. Ian, a bit of a night off here tonight, as the Tigers' second baseman, playing in both games. But the DH and a swing and a miss. How much of a night off is DHing? I mean, you don't have to go out there. I guess you're off your feet.
Yeah, well, in between innings, but you tend to go down and hit in the cage or do some jogging or ride the bike, so maybe not so much. It just depends how intense you are. And you have to learn how to DH. I'm telling you, it's not as easy as you think. If you have a bad at bat, you beat yourself up a little more than normal, where if you're in the field, you'd be thinking about your responsibility on defense. Yeah,
a lot of players that I've talked to over the years just can't stand a DH. Here's a pop-up right side of the infield. He's going to take it with a second baseman. Johnson called off Olt. He chased him out of there. 2 gone.
That's what the middle infielders are supposed to do. They're supposed to be the athletes at the infield. You know that?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that, you know, in a case like that, I know that Johnson's a really good athlete, but that ball was hit right at Olt.
Yeah. Well, I played with a guy, Chet Lemon. He was like that every pitch, but for good reason with me out there. Go with the sure hands all the time.
Here's Miguel Cabrera, and he looks at a strike 0-1.
You notice how small the gloves are on those guys in the middle of the diamond?
Very small.
It's a reason. Got better hands.
Miggy waits on the 0-1. It slides outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cabrera got the first game off, was 5 for 11 in that series against the Royals. Did some good work against KC. Missed inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Eric Johnson, 25 years old. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Ball looks sneaky on the outside part of the corner, outside part of the plate so far. Saw Ian late on a ball away and Miggy on that last pitch.
Here's the 2-2 offering. Wouldn't chase. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Johnson down to the minor leagues this year at Charlotte in the International League was over 9 strikeouts per 9 innings. He's picked up 1 already here tonight. The 3-2. Swing and a miss, and he's got his second. Tigers go 1, 2, 3, and we will go to the top of number 2. Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be when it's time. Come to Comerica. Ram Trucks, come in and get a great deal in the best trucks during Ram Truck Month. And by Maxwell House Coffee, good to the last drop. Nick Castellanos signing some autographs before the start of Game 2 here tonight in the doubleheader. No score as we go to the second. It'll be Trace Thompson to lead it off, and he'll look at ball 1. Randy Wolf, a snappy 8-pitch first inning. Got 3 ground balls. Thompson is hitting .333. Here's the 1-0. Fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
This guy's got a little pedigree in him. His brother, Clay. And Trace Thompson. He plays for the Golden State Warriors as a shooting guard. They call him and Steph Curry the Splash Brothers, huh?
Yeah. World Championship.
37 points in a quarter. Pretty good quarter, isn't it?
Yeah.
What would that be the equivalent here? 2 grand slams?
You think, well, yeah, it's got to be at least 37 and a quarter. Yeah.
In an inning.
Yeah.
2 grannies in an inning.
In an inning. That would be the equivalent. 2 balls, 1 strike. Trace Thompson inside 3-1.
Really like this kid here. He's finally getting a chance here. They've got him in left field, but there's some speculation that he may get moved to center field. Adam Eaton's been there for a couple of years.
He's played all 3 this year. 3-1 pitch. Hammered to the gap at right center field. That ball is hit well. And that ball is up against the wall. It's extra bases. Thompson is flying around second. He's going to go to third, and he has himself a stand-up triple. Shows some pretty good pop to the opposite field there. It's a long ways out there in right center.
It really is. That's a nice approach there. You see the ball's out over the plate, and he just stays out there to right center field. The ball goes out there, automatic triple. It was for Kendrys Morales last series. It's going to be for Thompson tonight. Good job of Rajay just going there, catching on 1 hop, getting it in.
Second triple of the year for Trace Thompson. Early scoring chance now for the White Sox. Here is Avisail Garcia. That floats in for a strike. 0-1. Garcia played in the opener, was 1 for 3, but he has been struggling lately. Only 2 for his last 21 at bats. Here's the 0-1. Fly ball hit well to right field. That's going to chase Martinez back. He'll go to the wall to make the catch. That'll get the run in. A sacrifice fly and an RBI for Avi Garcia. And an early 1-0 lead for Chicago.
Looks like the White Sox are got an approach the other way on Randy Wolf. Randy Wolf with lots of deception. Mixes the fastball, but he tries to get the outs on his off-speed pitches. And both batters this inning out to the right side of the diamond, the opposite way.
Base is empty now for Mike Olt. 0 for 2 in the opener before he was lifted for a pinch hitter. Olt's bounced around a little bit for a guy that was the #1 pick, originally a first-round draft choice of the Texas Rangers. Ball low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Olt came to the big leagues with a pedigree as a pretty good power hitter. 1 year in the minor leagues with Texas, hit 28 home runs. They'll bust him inside. 2 balls, 1 strike on Olt.
Well, he was the big piece for the Rangers years ago, and ended up making a deal, like you said, with the Cubs. But now across town with the White Sox. Really has a big swing, lets it go. Going for that power stroke. He's going to have to learn how to shorten up when he gets a couple strikes on him.
Which is the case right now, 2-2. He'll get back out of play.
Played mostly third base for the Rangers, and the Cubs now at first base tonight.
Now Wolf again with the 2-2, and it's rolled foul.
You know, it's amazing if you follow along over the years and you hear about various players' names come up, how built up they are, about how big of a prospect they are. And, you know, that can change.
Yeah, some kids get to the big leagues and they are immediate stars. Guys like Bryce Harper, Manny Machado come to mind. I mean, those are guys that did it in the minor leagues. And a wave and a miss, down he goes.
Well, they do it for good reason, too, because they're trying to build value so they can get value in return. Puts a lot of pressure on the player. Good high fastball right here, right at the top of the zone. You can see Olt swinging underneath it, couldn't get on top.
First strikeout of the ball game for Randy Wolf. 2 gone now. Here is Gordon Beckham. Beckham was also a first-round pick of the Chicago White Sox, though, a few years back out of Georgia. Hammers this one to right field. JD is on the run, still going back. He looks up, and that ball is gone to the opposite field. Gordon Beckham with a line drive home run, his 5th of the year.
You wouldn't expect Gordon Beckham to hit a ball out of the park like that, but I guess he really tagged it.
Yeah, not to that part of the ballpark. He went the other way.
JD looked like he was going back on it, and I thought, okay, he's got this. The ball just really carried out of the ballpark. Struck properly. You can see lots of backspin on it. Just carried out of the park.
Beckham gets his 19th RBI as well. 2-0 White Sox have the lead. Here is Rob Brantley now. He'll step in with 2 away. And he skies one in the air to shallow left. Romine running back. But it's going to be the left fielder Collins running in to make the catch. 2 runs in the inning. And now 2-0 Chicago. Detroit Data Strong fan. You just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile.
Didn't we tweet a photo of us today?
Fox Sports Detroit did, yes. And you and I
We're
get
looking sharp.
Oh, well, you are.
No, both.
J.D. Martinez leads it off, and he takes a strike 0-1. It'd be Martinez, Collins, and Castellanos here in the Tigers' second.
You get some runners on to get a rally going early in this game.
Johnson missing outside. J.D. was 0 for 3 in the opener. And Martinez now at 283, 37 home runs. 3 shy of the magical 40 mark. See if he gets there this year. That's low and away.
I hope he's not thinking about it, because I mean that does kind of get to you a little bit.
He's got to be, don't you think? And also 100 RBIs.
I had 29 one year, and I ended up with 97 RBI too. And I was thinking about it, and it had no shot. It was going bad.
So what did you do? Change your swing, get more apprehensive, or more?
I went home. The season was over. We were in Baltimore. I came down to the last day, and didn't happen. And I thought, I can't remember who was pitching, but I had a pretty good idea that I could do it.
Hammered back out of play again.
But Sparky Anderson used to tell us pretty much all, whenever you try and lift one or crank one out, that it's usually bad results. When you just try and stay with your good approach, middle of the field, backspin, see the ball good, don't jump at it, you got a better shot.
Drilled to center field, but straight at Garcia, and Martinez is out.
We're going to have Alan Trammell on here at the top of the inning. We can go through some of that with him. I got a good question to start him off.
I am giddy at the prospect to get Tram on the air. This is going to be good.
I might have to knock him out if he starts telling stories about me, though.
Oh, believe me, I'm going to ask.
He's got a few. But I got a few tucked away, too. So.
He could probably fill a truck with stories about you.
Yeah, they're good. They're all good.
Here's Tyler Collins. He'll look at a strike.
We had a few seasons like this, and you know, there's you try and draw from experience and fix them for sure. It's not fun to get to this part of the season.
Collins fouls it straight into the glove. 0-2 on Tyler. Tyler 0 for 3 in the opener, getting another opportunity to play here in the nightcap. Playing out in left field, Tyler has seen a lot of action, especially after the trade of Yoenis Cespedes at the trading deadline. There's a ground ball to first, hit straight at Oltz, who will take it himself. 2 gone. It's 5 in a row retired now by Johnson. Hey, this Saturday the Tigers take on the Minnesota Twins at 7:08 p.m. Fan Appreciation Weekend. The first 10,000 fans receive a free 2016 Magnet schedule. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com. Straight preview: the Tigers open up in Miami next year for 2 against the Marlins.
Little 2-game Fuego there?
Yeah, so I guess they'll just stay in Florida from spring training and go straight to Miami. Lakeland to Miami.
Probably bust down there.
1 ball, no strikes on Castellanos.
And I think the only other trip you do that is Baltimore to Philly to New York City. I know they bust from there, but not many trips are via the bus.
I think last year we bust from Dodger Stadium down to San Diego as well.
Yeah, that's another one. You bust from the Cubs to the White Sox.
You drive your own car. Here's the 1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike on Nick. Castellanos was 1 for 8 in the series against KC.
2 for 3 off Eric Johnson, though. He's going to get him.
Big fly?
No.
2-2. Well, Johnson so far 5 up, 5 down. He has struck out a pair.
Just need to get him on base, get Nick on base. Alex Avila 4 for 4. So
really?
The matchup was very nice for us tonight. These two.
Just off the plate, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Looks like he wanted that one, didn't he?
A few of the infielders are marching off the field as well.
Let's take a look and see what Fox Track says. It's off the plate.
Should Nick reach Avila? waiting on deck. The Tigers have Avila catching game 2. They had Holiday catching game 1. Expect to see James McCann behind the dish tomorrow night in the
for sure.
finale.
Looks like Eric Johnson. A lot of fastballs on the outside part of the plate for the right-handed batters.
Swing and a miss. Down he goes, and a good start for Johnson, who's retired 6 in a row. Tigers baseball tonight presented by Bell Tire. Alan Trammell, who is now a special assistant to the general manager, but back in his playing day, man, he could do it all. Smooth and short, and swung a lethal bat. And Tram, always a pleasure. One of my favorite things about hanging around the ballpark here is getting to hang around some of the great Tigers. I mean, we see Al Kaline, we see Willie Horton, and now Alan Trammell is around the ballpark quite a bit. Tram, welcome. And first of all, fill us in on what your duties are these days as a special assistant.
Well, it's a special assistant. It's a fancy title, but really it's a jack of all trades, and they've allowed me to do a number of things which I've truly enjoyed, and got a chance to get to know most of our minor league kids, or really all of them, and I've spent probably 80% of my time in the minor leagues.
Garcia grounding out to start the inning. Well, you've had a chance to see a lot of the minor leaguers this year. I know Dixon Machado, I guess, comes to mind for me. He's gotten a chance to play some shortstop now, obviously a position you're very familiar with. Your impressions?
Well, I'm impressed, and I happened to go down to Toledo 4 different times. I saw them play over 20 games this year, so I got a real good feel of Dixon and others that were down there. And when I call Vanilla, I mean, that's what I was called, and I take that as a compliment that Dixon is a good baseball player. He can do a little bit of everything. Might not wow you with the fantastic acrobatic plays, but he can play baseball, and he's a sponge, and he's very, very coachable.
Micah Johnson, the batter here. We're chatting with Alan Trammell, who has stopped in the booth tonight.
Now, I know that you went way down into the lower levels as well. What was that like? It's been a while since you've been down there, huh?
Oh,
a little primitive.
You're prepping me with these little softball right now, but I appreciate that, my partner, my buddy. But no, it was again a very enjoyable. I just love the game, and whether it be in rookie ball, Gulf Coast League, AAA, it doesn't matter. It's just where I belong. That's where I feel most comfortable, and it's just very gratifying, especially at the younger ages, when you see the kids bright-eyed and the eyes are wide, and they just want to make it. And unfortunately, we know that the numbers say that most of them won't, but you try to teach them, give them all the information. Then obviously it's up to them to progress and play well.
Tram, what has it been like for the organization this year? And obviously, as a player, you went through some really good times winning a World Series, but there were some years that were kind of lean as well. Fans here have gotten used to winning at Comerica Park, and this year is kind of one of those years where you're retooling a little bit. But what is the feeling within the organization about going into next year and the talent still on this team?
Well, let's don't sugarcoat it. It's been a disappointment, no question about it. But with that being said, as professionals, you're supposed to play until the last day of the season, and I know that we have. I was with the club last week in Minnesota. They won 2 out of 3. They're busting their tails, and it hasn't meshed this year. So as Gibby was saying earlier, I heard him saying that we went through some of these years too, and they're tough. Nobody likes them, especially after winning 4 division championships in a row. But you have to be a big boy, and you got to face the music. And we've got some players here. The cupboard's not bare. We got to redo a few things. They call it retool, reboot, but there's certainly some things we need to improve on. And I'm sure Al and the rest of the boys would be hard here starting in a few weeks and trying to improve this ball club.
Now, Tram, he's been on the field virtually every day. This guy loves to sweat, loves to get on the field, loves to have
That's
conversations.
True.
We've had endless conversations. I mean, they go on and they go on and they go on. And also we talk about some memories, right? So we were talking about home runs here at JD. And then we've done some nicknames this year, right, Mario?
We have.
So one of Tram's nicknames was the Fiddler.
Really?
Yeah. You want to explain that, Tram?
Fill me in, Tram.
Well, there's a little jealousy there.
Yeah, absolutely.
First of all, is this PG?
No, this is definitely PG.
Okay,
This is my buddy paying me a compliment. But as a hitter, I mean, not every hit that you're going to get is going to be an A swing, which means that would probably be an extra base hit or picture perfect. And I was a grinder, and sometimes I could get. Well, I'd just battle my you-know-what off and find a way to get a hit. And sometimes he was a little jealous and couldn't believe that I would find some holes and get some bloopers. And it was just basically comes down to me. It's mano-y-mano. And sometimes when you get in the box, you got to not think about too much and just let's go. And let's bring it on. And I got some funky hits, I think, is really what he's saying.
Yeah, well, we played an inter-squad game in spring training one day, and I was playing right field, and he told me he was going to get a fiddle. So I played right in behind the second baseman, and he had no chance of getting it in there, but he did. So he had me going. Yeah, that's the Fiddler. So
a little magic wand, but again, it's just grinding, and it really is. I just said and repeating myself. That's really what it comes down to sometimes. Is just getting in there and getting dirty and finding a way.
Saladino slaps one to right field. That's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. This will be extra bases. And he's going to take the turn at second, head to third base. And the throw is going to be tardy. It's a triple for Tyler Saladino.
Well, Tram is a very technical guy, and he's always looking to try and do everything right. That's the way we were taught. And right here, you see the ball's hit down in the right field corner. We had an extra session with Sparky Anderson one day about 1 o'clock after we played the Orioles about a play. When you go to the wall, you got to make sure that you pick it up one time. You remember that?
I certainly do, and he meant it. That was Sparky's way. That we had other coaches, Mario, but Sparky was the coach of everything, and that's just kind of how it was. But Baltimore at that time was probably as good an organization as in baseball, and we were learning and trying to get better. And he pointed out that they executed, made a big play.
It was a relay play to home.
Yep.
After the left center field wall, and he pointed it all out to us.
Here is Jose Abreu, and he looks at a ball outside. Well, both you guys have managed, and I talked to Gibby about this a lot, but what did your managing experience teach you about the game, Tram, and maybe some insights that you didn't have even after playing for as long as you did?
Well, it did reiterate that it's a humbling game. No matter who you are, it's going to get you, and it's going to, just when you think you might have it, you don't. Right. It's always temporary. But I enjoyed that, and I know Gib would agree that going back, and obviously we were kind of starting from the ground up, But we did some things right. We developed some players that actually were part of the nucleus for many years. And so we take some solace in that. And obviously we were a little short, and that's an understatement. But we enjoyed it. We were given the opportunity, and look what it's led us. It led to this gentleman to manage and to be a bench coach for a number of years. And I wouldn't change anything.
I think the funnest thing about all of this career stuff that we've done as a player and as a coach and as a manager is the opportunity to learn more.
There's a base hit to left field. That'll score another run for Chicago. Abreu going to try for 2. Here comes the throw to second. They'll put down the tag, and it is not in time. Ball dropped out there at second base by Wilson. So Abreu will get a double and an RBI, and the White Sox now have a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, pitch up in the zone right here. It looks like a changeup. Doesn't get it down, and it's just saying hit me out over the outside part of the plate. In general, we've talked about it many times. You want those off-speed pitches down in the zone. Good attempt right here. Ooh. I didn't have the ball in his glove there.
Yep, rolled down to the glove for Wilson.
And not to critique, but just looking at that as far as nobody's fault, they're trying. But just because that wasn't a long enough hop, it was a little bit of an in-between, it's a little bit tougher for the infielder. And I know I'm an infielder, he's an outfielder.
Yeah, of course.
Not that easy, but obviously it's a lot easier to catch it and put the tag on if the hop had started off just a few feet out there, but a little bit easier for Josh to put the tag on.
Trace Thompson is the hitter here now with another run in. 3-0 in favor of the White Sox. We're chatting with Alan Trammell, the special assistant to the general manager, who was kind enough to spend a half inning with us here. Thompson had a triple in the third and scored a run, and he'll look at a ball inside. Well, we've got a pretty good shortstop here in Jose Iglesias, and when you watch him play, I mean, obviously he plays a little bit different than you did. What do you see in Jose, and how do you critique this young man? What kind of future does he have?
Well, he has a bright future, and just going back to spring training, because I was with the club for all 6 weeks, so I got a chance to see behind the scenes, and yeah, I mean, he has a little flair. We'll put it that way, and that's a compliment. But he makes the routine plays, and that's number one, has to be. And along with a little bit of the flair, you make the routine plays with him and Kins out there. I'd argue that they're the best double play combination, at least in the American League and probably in baseball. Might be a little biased, but that's okay. I'm entitled to my opinion. But they're darn good, and they're going to be around here for quite a while, and we're happy to say that. Happy to have them.
Bouncing ball back up the middle, and that is that for Chicago. Tram, always a pleasure. Thanks for spending some time with us, and we look forward to seeing you around the ballpark.
Well, my pleasure, Mario.
All right.
Thank you.
Tigers great Alan Trammell.
Thanks, buddy.
Tigers fall behind by another. It's now 3-0 Chicago. Game, Eric Johnson and Randy Wolf. Johnson in the White Sox organization. Wolf was in the Toronto system, both the International League earlier this year, and both of them were atop the ERA charts. And Johnson was first in the International League. Randy Wolf was second. Here they are squaring off in the big leagues tonight. It'll be Alex Avila to begin things here in the third. Avila, Wilson, and Romine, bottom three, facing Johnson. Special thanks to Tram. Alan Trammell coming up to the booth to spend some time with us.
Yeah, he's a baseball lifer. He's a great friend, true friend. He's a guy that if he criticized you, you would listen. He wouldn't offend you. I mean, he might offend you, but you know that he has basis. So he told me to correct myself a few times over the years on the baseball diamond. Just say, hey, Gibby, wrong, and always respected him, and he's kind of like a brother to me.
Well, that's awesome. We appreciate you setting that up, getting Tram here in the booth. Avila with a 4-game hitting streak, starting things off here in the third. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He checked it but went. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 6 up, 6 down against Johnson to start this game. He has struck out 3 in the contest. Fouled back out of play. 1-2 the count stays.
You know, it's just interesting how teams can have such a good series like they did against Kansas City, and then now struggling so far against the White Sox, but no runs. We had no problem scoring runs against, on paper, one of the better pitching staffs in the big leagues. And you come out today, you have a tough time scoring runs in the first game, and here we are again in the second game. You ask yourself, how can it happen? You know, there's really nothing that I can tell you or anybody can tell you. Randy Wolf has left some pitches up in the zone. They've made him pay for it. And I think you could argue that Eric Johnson thus far has not made as many mistakes, has a little more movement, a little more life on his pitches.
Well, in a way, it's kind of been a microcosm of what the season has been like. The Tigers will get on a little bit of a mini roll, maybe win 2 or 3 in a row. Their bats are booming, and all of a sudden they just can't maintain it. And that has happened to them again, especially after gaining some traction in that series against Minnesota, playing well against KC with the comeback wins.
1 of 4 in a row.
The 3-2 is hammered high in the air, deep in left center field. That ball struck well. That ball is way back, and it's going to go. It's an opposite field home run. Alex Avila hit that ball a ton. And the Tigers have their first run.
Well, that's what we're looking for. Alex comes in the game 4 for 4 off of Eric Johnson, and gets a pitch and nails it to right center field. That's a long way out there. Puts a great swing on it. Talking about balls up in the zone from Randy Wolf. Same here from Eric Johnson. Alex Avila makes him pay. You look on Fox Tracks right there. That's just right out in the heart of the plate.
And that's another thing about baseball that it's just hard to explain, how one guy can have another guy's number consistently. And yes, it is a small sample size, but 5 for 5 is pretty good.
Yeah, it is small, but I was just thinking earlier as we were sitting here, what's a large sample size? I think 5 for 5 that you're starting to look at. Even 4 for 4, I was looking and saying, well, this, I know Alex feels pretty good. That's why he's in the lineup. I'm sure Brad Ausmus looked at that and took that into consideration.
There's a strikeout of Wilson, 1 gone. The first home run for Avila since July. So that'll give Randy Wolf a run to work with, but still 3-1 Chicago. And 4 strikeouts now for Johnson. Alex showing some power the other way, left center field. Swing and a miss by Romine. Andrew starting at short in game 2. Flares that one foul down the left field line.
Since having an opportunity to play because Iglesias and then Dixon Machado got dinged up a little bit. Andrew Romine, I know, as a player, when you play more after not playing for a while, you feel much more comfortable. You can just look at his body language. It certainly appears that that's the case. Good take right there.
1-2 on Romine. Lifted in the air to shallow center field. Looks like it might drop, and it will. Loop single for Romine.
Fiddler.
Fiddler indeed. Time for a game break now. We check in with Matt Shepard. I'm going to say yes.
We're going to find out, aren't we? Yankees are getting beat up by the Blue Jays, but lately they've been winning some games, so they've got other ideas, but David Price certainly is pretty tough when he gets the lead.
Now, the Yankees did beat up on David here as a Tiger, but that was that night where it was really cold. There were snow flurries at the ballpark, and Price said he couldn't get a grip on the ball, although he didn't make that as an excuse. We kind of did for him because it seemed to make a difference.
Well, what you know, as a manager, David Price would go until he loses the lead, regardless. If let's say they're up 5-0, you would extend him. You'd let your ace go. You would let him go, unless something you thought that he was going to hurt something. He had too many pitches. But Jack Morris was the classic example. I mean, if you had a 7-2 lead and he gave up 3 runs, he had no problem with it at all. But he did pick up his pitching staff for that game.
Line drive to center. That's a base hit for Rajay. Romine is on his way to third base. He will pull in there standing up, and the Tigers now have their 3rd hit of the inning. Davis 1 for 2.
Boy, Raj, good job. Good approach right here. You see it's a spinner. Doesn't try and pull it. Stays up the middle with it and is rewarded. Andrew Romine quickly on to third.
So now the tying runs are on here with only 1 out.
And look who's at bat.
Ian Kinsler.
I was looking at pitches per at bat on the Tigers team today, and because I was thinking about Ian Kinsler, he'll go deep into an at bat, he'll go quick to an at bat.
Fly ball center field. Sizing it up is Garcia. Runner tagging at third and scoring. That'll be a sac fly to make it 3-2. Kinsler gets his 71st RBI. Romine scores.
Well, good job first pitch, and I just want you to look a little bit here. Watch Rajai Davis over here at first base, just in case. It's an obvious sacrifice fly, but you never know. You could get Saladino trying to throw the ball all the way home. Watch Rajai take off, reads the throw, and retreats. Nobody's on first base. First base goes for the cutoff over here at second base. Those are the kind of little things that you watch and you want to make sure your runners are doing. If he throws that ball home, he's going on to second.
Here's Cabrera now with 2 outs. Rajai bluffing at first base. Davis has 18 stolen bases. Miguel struck out in the first, 0 for 1. Tigers a nice bounce back tonight after falling behind 3-0, now 3-2. And we were just talking about how they weren't scoring runs. We woke them up.
Yep. We did, or they did?
We did. It's been proven that what we say affects what happens on the field. Or so says Twitter.
Is that true?
It's on Twitter. It must be true.
Are you talking about the no-no?
Oh, all kinds of stuff. Jinxes, no-nos, yeah. 2 balls, no strikes.
So if we came out right at the beginning of the game and said there are no hits and they got a hit, we'd be the jinxers?
Correct. It's just the way it is. Miggy waits on a 2-0 here.
Crank it.
See what he gets.
You're going to step off.
You get nothing right now because Johnson's not throwing it to the plate.
That's the old hamsters on the wheel right there. The wheel's just going around and around and around. You better not throw it. Bad thoughts. Show us why, Miggy.
Step off and the hamster stops. 2-0 is a swing and a miss.
He was going for it. Well, he obviously did not have conviction in what he wanted to throw, so he actually did a good job. But Miggy's got the 2-0 count right here, and he's going for the downs. Good swing.
Davis goes. Here comes the throw down to second. Tag is in time. Rajay's out. For the time being, hold everything, says Brad Usmus.
Yeah, I don't know. He might have got his hand in.
Pretty good throw there by Brantley.
It was. Real quick release right on Rajay's back.
The White Sox starting to run off the field, but we'll wait and see if the Tigers want to challenge this. Let's see what we got here.
No, you got him. I don't think they'll reverse it.
Really close. And we'll see if the Tigers want to bother extending a challenge here.
Just don't think they'll reverse that.
Nope, and they will not. Tigers get on the board. They get a couple of runs. Avila knocking one in with a homer. Fox Sports Detroit Tigers Player of the Game, presented by McDonald's Steak and Egg Burritos. Well, the Tigers back into this one now. It's a 3-2 ball game. Sox have the lead. Avi Garcia will lead things off against Randy Wolf, who gave up 2 in the second, 1 in the third. Gordon Beckham hit a home run in the second as part of their 2-run frame. Ground ball left side. Gobbling it up there is Castellanos. Garcia's out, 1 pitch, 1 away.
I like those. Lead off an inning, 1 pitch, 1 down.
Here's Mike Holt.
Well, I brought to your attention today, this guy made history.
He did?
I think he's the only guy to homer for the Cubs and the White Sox in the same year.
He's got 2 of them this year, so you're telling me 1 for each team.
That's right. That's a little unusual. Just a little bit of trivia for you. Actually, the first player in Major League history to hit a home run for the Cubs and the White Sox in the same season.
Two balls, no strikes. We're talking about Holt being a big-time prospect. When he first came up with Texas, as a matter of fact, he had an RBI single against the Tigers. A pinch hit RBI single to walk off a win for the Rangers. It's the first memory I have of Holt coming to the big leagues, and came up with a big hit. That was back in 2012.
Boo.
You didn't just boo him, did you?
Yeah.
2 balls, 1 strike. Well, if it makes you feel any better, he struck out in the second tonight. Now the 2-1. Swing and a miss.
Looks like Randy Wolf's trying to throw him at the top of the zone. Little hole up there. right at the top. Holt swings underneath.
Popped up. Foul ground. Wolf and Miggy. It's going to be Miggy.
Well, Randy Wolf started to take off after that ball, and he peeked out of the corner of his eye and was hoping that somebody would call it. Miggy did. You don't usually want your pitcher catching fly balls in the infield.
Which to me is a great mystery, because why? He has a glove. Why can't he catch a pop-up?
He doesn't use it as much as Miguel Cabrera.
But he's a major league athlete. He should be able to catch a pop-up.
Well, in spring training, one of the fundamentals you do in early spring training is called pop-up priority.
Okay.
Okay. So you get a pitching machine out, like, you know, a wheeled machine, and you shoot pop-ups around the field, and you're practicing communication. So I will just tell you, over the history of all the times that I've watched that,
yeah,
you have the first baseman prioritize over the pitcher. Just for whatever reason, in general, and you're right, they're great athletes and they do great things, but in general, you're going to let the fielders take the balls. And it's kind of the angle that they're at as well.
Okay, I'll buy the angle.
And like he's running laterally right there. Miggy was coming in. It's just a better angle. He's got it. It's in front of him. He can see Randy Wolf coming as well. He can see to call him off. He calls him off. He veers out of the way.
Well, what about the pop-up that's hit straight at the pitcher who's standing right in front of the mound? He's got a better angle than a third baseman or a first baseman.
It's a tough one, but you know, there are, you know, some cases, but generally not.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Gordon Beckham.
But we'll take one right now so we can see how it looks.
That's right. Waiting on deck is Brantley. Beckham hit a home run back in the second. The Tigers have given up a lot of home runs this year. In fact, 185 now, the most in the majors. And Wolf missed inside, 3-2.
Now to righties, Randy usually goes with the 2-seamer and the changeup. He'll throw that slider and cutter in there as well. It looked like something like a slider. Comes another one.
Oh, it looked like he went. Oh, I guess not. Stu Sherwater said he held up.
Well, let's take a look from the side here. Oh, I thought he went.
Yep, me too.
He got away with one there.
Here's Rob Brantley. Flied out to left field in his first at bat.
Randy Wolf has to cut this inning off. Last inning, 2 outs, nobody on. Ended up giving up a run.
Brantley at one time was a Tigers farmhand, was selected in the 3rd round back in 2010, but then the Tigers dealt him to get Anibal Sanchez. He was part of that deal with Jacob Turner. Sanchez and Infante came over from the Marlins at that time. Brantley called up on September the 1st, had a pretty good year down in the minor leagues, 310. That's outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two out, base on balls to Gordon Beckham. Tigers trail in this one, 3-2. We're in the 4th inning.
Randy Wolf already to 60 pitches.
2-2.
It's a lot. You want to try and average about 15 pitches or less per inning. So not too far over that.
Randy is 39 years old and one of 14 active players who debuted in the 1990s. Back in the day with the Phillies, had some good years. Ground ball right side, Kinsler, or Wilson rather, was playing for Kinsler. And that'll do it. No runs, a walk, and 1 man left.
On May 16th, Miguel Cabrera hits his 400th home run.
Milestone from Miggy, and we bring you that highlight today as our big money encounter, because tonight the Miguel Cabrera 400th home run figurine was handed out to the kids in attendance here today.
Add that to your collection, huh?
No doubt.
Probably going to have to be around. Those kids will be around for number 500.
They should be, no problem at all. So here is Cabrera, who is at the plate when Davis was thrown out trying to steal back in the third.
Gets a fresh rack, fresh count.
Cabrera, Martinez, Collins. These are the 3, 4, and 5 hitters facing right-hander Eric Johnson. In there, a strike called, 1-1. Miggy shoots one back up the middle. That's a base hit. We'll make him 1 for 2 tonight. Hey, this weekend, September 25th through the 27th, is Fan Appreciation Weekend. You'll see the Tigers take on the Twins and get half-price tickets for select sections. For tickets, visit Tigers.com, enter the coupon code THANK YOU, and take advantage.
Be some fun stuff. You know, when Miguel Cabrera was up in the count 1-0, then he took the next strike, right?
Right.
I just had a thought to myself, he's getting comfortable, because remember earlier he was swinging early in the count,
and
he hits one up the middle. So I think Miggy's really starting to come back and feel it.
Well, they had that big series against the Royals. 1 for 2 tonight. J.D. Martinez fly to center field in his first at bat. A little bit outside, 2-0. The White Sox staked Johnson to a 3-0 lead, but then Avila homered in the third, and then later a sac fly by Kinsler. High, towering fly ball. This one into right center. Garcia is calling and catching. Cabrera retreats. We'll bring up Tyler Collins. Bounced out 3 unassisted back in the second. Brad was talking about Collins before the game today. We're talking about Tyler's opportunity to play down the stretch here. And you see some flashes with Collins. You like the way he plays the game. He's a hard-nosed player. He plays hard every day. But Brad is saying he's learning now to slow the game down. He's a little bit raw still, plays really, really hard. But there are times, well, most of the time, you can't play baseball like you play football.
Yeah, I would agree. He kind of just tries to power his way through it. He's just very aggressive, and you characterize him very well in that he does some really good things for you at times, but not consistently in all situations. And I know they've talked about it, and you'll hear a lot of baseball people say slow the game down, and I'm not sure everybody understands what that is. It's like you have something that's inside of your body, and if you can just think about a time when something happens and you feel like energy within yourself, inside of yourself, and it kind of speeds up. That's what they mean. It speeds up. You kind of feel it a little bit, and you speed, like, for instance, it's a hitter, maybe you jump at the ball. Your leg kick would be quicker, you jump, so he goes down on strikes. And or a pressure situation, you're on the road, the crowd's really loud, you get a chance to do something good. See a pretty good pitch right here. Good movement coming off the inside corner, right down the middle. Tyler's caught looking. But you just feel it. It's pressure. And you have to learn how to handle that, slow it down. And one of the ways that I believe you do it is through affirmations about that situation in advance of that, so you can handle it better when you get into it. Does it make sense?
Castellanos looks at a strike. It does, but the question is, how long does it take most guys to learn to slow down the game?
It takes others longer than some others. It's just as simple as that. And you know, this is good experience for him. He's coming to the ballpark. He's in there quite a bit. And what you do is you get suggestions, and then when you implement those suggestions, and you get validation by success, that's when it really kicks in. So, the success validation is the big component of it, and then you store what you feel, and you feel good. That's what you want to store. And if those things start happening more regularly and you continue to think that way, you become more consistent at it.
So what I'm hearing is you can't just show up at the ballpark one day and say, okay, now I'm officially going to slow down the game. This is something that kind of happens over time.
You learn from experiences throughout the game. You have to be open to it, and you have to try new methods. There's an array of suggestions, around you all the time, whether it's at the ballpark or away from the ballpark. I went away to the Pacific Institute in '83, and it taught me how to kind of understand why the brain thinks the way it does, and it got pretty deep. But '83, I hit 227, had a terrible year, got booed virtually almost out of Detroit. They let me stay though. Then '84, we won the World Series, and we had a good time and a good parade. So that's how it works. Can't give up. That's what I do know.
That's low and away. 3-2 now on Castellanos. Johnson allowing a leadoff single, but he's come back with a fly ball and a strikeout. Nick struck out back in the second, 0 for 1. 3-2 White Sox lead. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Nightcap of the doubleheader. Chicago won the opening game. Tigers managed only one hit in that game. Fouled back out of play.
Just to get back to all the things that we talk about, or that I point out, or like Tram pointed out, that little, if the hop was a little better, it's easier to catch second base. I'm here to tell you, I made many mistakes. Everybody's going to make mistakes, and you really have to get to the point where you're not afraid to make a mistake. That's the risk of constantly talking about these things. So it takes a special relationship to be able to pass on that wisdom and that knowledge so they can implement it.
Line drive, right field. Garcia can't hold on to it. It's going to drop in. Miggy coming to third. They're going to stop him there. Cabrera thought about coming home, but he put on the brakes. Garcia got to that ball, but just couldn't handle it.
I think he outreached, and I think it hit him up in the heel. Yeah, it did, right off the heel of the glove. Bad break for the Tigers that it doesn't bound laterally. It really stays right there for him, so it's an easy play for him to pick it up. Miguel Cabrera off at the crack of the bat. Like you said, extended well beyond third base, but retreated.
Well, it looks like Miggy in doing so may have tweaked something. Boy, you don't want to see this.
Probably the calf again.
Yeah, well, let's hope not. But Kevin Rand coming out. It appears that might be the case. We'll see if Cabrera comes out of the game.
So he's going to stay in, huh? Going to have to start looking ahead. Who they're going to put in first? Probably McCann in the game. And Avila to third. Or to first.
So Miggy right now will stay in the game. Tigers now have runners at second and third.
2 out. Looking for a big hit for Mr. 5 for 5.
Mr. 5 for 5 would be Avila, who is 5 of 5 against Johnson. Here's number 5.
That was in the third inning. 3-2 count. Alex connects. Way out there.
Now the Tigers a base hit away from grabbing the lead, and it's ball one inside. Still have not ruled that play on that ball hit by Castellanos.
It's got to be a hit.
Well, I've got double written down in my book, so I'm with you. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes.
No, we do have an open base, so you might as well just put him on.
Yeah, you got Wilson on deck. He struck Wilson out. He wants no part of Avila here, it appears. Yeah, there's ball 3 way outside. They have ruled that a double for Castellanos. And so Avila, they have set up way outside. There's ball 4. I mean, it's Clearly a pitch around there, and that'll load the bases.
Hello, Josh Willie.
I know guys understand why people ahead of them are walked intentionally. All guys, I think, for the most part, understand. But if you're Josh Wilson here, there's got to be a little bit of part of you that says, all right.
Will it make you pay?
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, when I get in a situation like that, I know there are players that think about swinging. Would you go 0-2? You swing it 2 out of the zone? Would they have to pitch to you then, right? Or how about just swing at the first one to see if they pitch to you?
And that's what happened, 0-1. Bases are loaded, 3-2. Sox have the lead. We're in the 4th. Cabrera, Castellanos, and Avila. And it missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Emerson Garcia playing pretty shallow out there. Josh Willie in right field. Cheating in.
Wilson came in batting .320. Checked it, fouled it off.
They might have swung at a pitch there off the plate. Had this Josh Wilson play for me. Jack of all trades, could play anywhere, and I mean anywhere in the diamond. Pitcher, catcher, any position. Got a great attitude, works hard every day, ready for an opportunity. He's there now.
Wilson earlier this year, back in Chicago, had a 4-hit game against the White Sox.
So he's due.
Behind in the count, 1-2. The Tigers are his 9th major league team. 11 seasons overall. And a good block at home plate by Brantley, but now the count goes to 2-2. All of a sudden, the pitch count on Johnson is at 80 after going 6 up, 6 down in the first 2 innings. This will be the 27th pitch coming up in this inning. Fouled away.
So you can see that Josh is having a much better at bat from his first at bat, can't you?
Absolutely.
So does that answer your question? Do you take a little bit of pride?
Sure.
He's digging in.
Yeah, his first at bat was not a good one. In fact, he swung at a pitch out of the strike zone, but now he has kind of taken this personally a little bit, or so it appears.
Good time for a gapper.
Swing and a miss. Out on strikes. The Tigers will leave him loaded. official legal services sponsor of Fox Sports Detroit. Bell Tire, get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. Myers, save big with M-Perks from Myers. Sign up at mperks.com. And by Chevrolet, find new roads. Gorgeous night for baseball here in the Motor City. 3-2. The White Sox have the lead as we go to the top of the 5th inning. In game 2 in this doubleheader, the White Sox won the opener 2-0 behind Jeff Samardzija. And now Randy Wolf goes back to the hill. Leury Garcia will lead it off, the number 9 hitter for Chicago. Garcia, then Johnson, then Saladino. First one is low, 1 ball, no strikes on Garcia. 6-3 ground out his first time up. Garcia in his 3rd stint in the big leagues with Chicago this year. The 1-0 pitch is outside, 2-0 the count. Randy's had 1 1-2-3 inning. That was back in the 1st. That's it for strike 2 and 1. Tonight is the 378th starts in the career of Randy Wolf, which is 3rd among active lefties. Burley and Sabathia are ahead of him.
Is that counting the minor league starts too?
Nope, just big league starts.
I mean, you were talking about Josh Wilson being in many organizations. Randy, 7 major league organizations and 5 minor league organizations. Got a lot of heart and desire. He loves this game. You can tell he keeps battling out in the minor leagues all season. Now he's in the bigs again.
And a strike called. Got him looking.
Nice pitch right there.
3 strikeouts for Wolf.
Right there, I think, on the inside corner. Freezes him. Perfectly placed on the inside corner. Tell you, he's a good athlete. He loves to hit too. Did you ever see him hit in the National League?
I have, yeah.
I think he had a 2 home run game way back against the Rockies.
Bouncing ball right side, and ranging right is Cabrera. Wolf will cover. 2 gone.
How about that moon up there? We got
Got a half moon?
It's first quarter moon.
Is it?
What's the next phase, you know?
Second quarter.
No, it goes waxing gibbous.
What?
Yep. Gibbous.
No, you're making that up.
No, I'm not.
A guy named Gibby is just making that up.
No. Then it goes to the full.
So it starts with what?
Well, it's first quarter.
First quarter.
New, waxing crescent. First quarter, waxing gibbous. Full. Waning gibbous. Third quarter, waning crescent. Then back to new.
I am not buying
That's
any
good
of that.
Stuff. Well,
you were making that up.
You can verify it.
Here's the
Just
1-0
the
pitch.
weird stuff that I look at when I watch a baseball game.
I know it.
Don't worry, I'm watching.
Waxing gibbous.
Sure, Twitter's blowing up on that one, huh?
Go check it.
No, won't do it.
Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's low. 2-1 on Tyler Saladino.
Because sometimes you look at the moon, because on full moons aren't like crazy things supposed to happen.
Supposedly.
So don't you want to know in advance?
No, I really don't care.
So only half chance of a crazy thing happening right now.
Okay, well that stands to reason.
No, quarter. I'm sorry.
Quarter, right? Not half, a quarter.
Oh, you're working over there.
I am. I'm trying to look something up. No, on something you brought up in Randy Wolf's hitting prowess.
You're looking at probably find his average overall.
No, how many home runs he's hit in his career? There's a walk.
I would guess 10.
In 16 years, he has hit 5 of them.
Unfortunately, we got a walk here.
Saladino with a 2-out base on balls. That'll bring up a Brew.
That happened last inning as well. 2-out walk. But Randy got out of it.
3-2. We're in the 5th inning. Abreu, an RBI double in his last at bat, and he looks at a strike. 3 runs, 4 hits for Chicago, 2 runs, 5 hits for the Tigers tonight. 1 more against the Chicago White Sox. 2, I should say. You've got Norris and then Verlander. 2 here tonight, 2 more, and then the off day on Thursday before the Twins come to town to wrap up the home schedule this year. That's in there, a strike. 0-2 on Abreu.
Wolfie really wearing out that inside part of the plate this inning. Abreu, though, you got to watch him. He will make an adjustment on you and make you pay. You got to mix it up. Try and get him to chase here, but he does have a very good eye.
That's fouled back. You know, it just dawned on me with all this talk about a full moon or a quarter moon or a crescent moon. Wolf is on the mound tonight. Don't they howl?
I told you there was a
moon.
connection. Told you.
So if Randy starts howling.
That's only a quarter, actually.
No full moon tonight for Wolf. 0-2 on Abreu. And he fought that one off, man.
Got a piece. That was a good pitch. Been throwing that fastball on the inside part of the plate. To the slider there. Abreu just got a piece. See him bring his arms in real tight.
Abreu now with 96 RBIs, trying to get to 100 for 2 consecutive years. His first 2 years in the major leagues. If he can get there, he should. Rookie of the year last year. It'll bounce in, run around the way to second. He'll make it easily. Saladino moves up.
Very good read by Saladino. As soon as the ball hit the dirt, on his way. Call that a dirt ball read. Those are practiced as well, starting at spring training. You watch him, as soon as the ball hits the dirt, he's got a good secondary lead and immediately gone.
Boy, he wasted no time.
Well, it's what you're taught. You got 2 strikes on the hitter, 2 outs. You want to be really aggressive in that situation.
Wild pitch advances the runner.
Now 1-2 count. You're still going to be very careful. You don't want to. You do have the base open now. That's the other side of it. This guy will hurt you.
Way inside 2-2.
If you throw anything out over the plate, it's got to be on the outside corner and down in the zone. See maybe a change up there down and away.
Trace Thompson is waiting on deck. Swing and a miss. He struck out Abreu. 4th strikeout of the ball game for Wolf. Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire.
lived up to his potential. He's been struggling this year. Kept the Tiger hitters off balance. Big 91, 95 mile an hour fastball all game. Carried that all the way through. Good breaking stuff. Good split finger fastball. Kept the Tigers off balance. 9 innings pitched, 1 hit. No walks, 6 strikeouts.
So it's 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and it'll be Andrew Romine to start things off for the Tigers. Romine had himself a single and scored a run in the 3rd. Tigers have out-hit the White Sox tonight 5-4, but they trail by 1. Here's a line drive caught by the shortstop Soledino, and a nice leaping play. That looked like another hit for Romine.
Just in the right place at the right time. Got a good break on the ball. And a good at bat turns into an out. That's where those fiddles come in. You get a fiddle right here, you feel real good about it. They used to always say they even out, but I don't think that's a true statement.
You don't?
No.
There's a ball outside. I don't know how you can test it. I mean, let's look at the numbers over the years.
Just keep track of it, but I'm just telling you.
Rajay looks at a ball low. 2 balls, no strikes.
I mean, the odds of the game tell you that there's just 9 guys out there that can catch the ball.
3-0. So you're saying more taken away than actually blue pin for base hits.
Yeah, I think that there are plays that could be hits that are taken away more than blue pins. Yes, I do.
3-1.
You look like you're digging around again.
I'm not digging around.
You're really good.
No.
Doubleheader, you're hanging in there good. I'm glad I can entertain you.
Foul back out of play, 3-2.
You look like you want to get me.
No, I don't. I mean, some of us were here early in the morning doing 2 ball games, and we got through the first one.
I'm over the age limit for that.
What is the age limit for that?
55.
Great. Full count on Davis. Single strikeout for Rajay in this game.
Well, Raj, get on that bag.
Fly ball toward right. Heading to foul ground. Going to be a really tough play, and nobody will get there. It's in the seats.
Ken Johnson, I've talked about this earlier in the game. His ball, 90 mile an hour fastball, it seems very sneaky. He must have good finish on it. He must hide it a bit as well.
He was ranked the number 2 prospect for the White Sox in their organization entering last season, the 2014 campaign, but he struggled, had an ERA of over 6. Eventually landed on the disabled list with shoulder inflammation. Low and away, and Rajay Davis gets himself a walk, and we'll check in now with Johnny Kane. A little bit more on Jeff Samardzija.
Well, you heard Gibby talking about his performance earlier today. It was something to see. 88 pitches is all it took him to finish that complete game shutout. And that's the fewest amount of pitches by any big leaguer to get a complete game effort this season. And when you think about what he did last time out against Oakland, he threw 91 pitches, and he allowed 11 hits and 10 runs. And basically afterward he said, hey, every day you got to go out there and be a pro. You're always not going to have your best stuff, but you got to be even keel. And when I brought up the fact that he had such a great turnaround, basically his worst start of the season against Oakland and then his best here against the Tigers, he said, well, how many earned runs did you allow in your last start? He was smiling. I think he took it well, but obviously that's more of the more of the Jeff Samardzija that the Sox thought they were getting when they brought him in here.
You know, I talked to him about that, and he said he wasn't smiling. So you better keep an eye when you go walking in that clubhouse tonight. He said, what's wrong with that guy?
I just called it like I see.
So what did you do in your last outing?
Well, we'd have to go back a few years. I mean, we're talking church softball.
All right,
circa,
go back as far as you got to go. Let's go.
I never pitched. I mean, I'll be honest, I never pitched. I just talk about it.
I mean, really, let's go.
That's it, Gibby.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
That's all I got.
Johnny, run while you can. Thanks, buddy.
All right, guys.
All right, see you later.
You know, Samardzija, he's a football player. You know, they smile. That's not a good thing.
No, you're absolutely right. Here is Kinsler looking at a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Well, Kinsler with a sac fly to not get a run in the 3rd.
Just hit the top of the zone.
It would be the upper reaches.
Yeah, he didn't want it anyway.
Here's the 1-1 pitch out, but nothing going on. That ball was not exactly a perfect pitch out.
Well, you wanted a little higher. Looked like Rajai had a inkling something was going down right there. Looked at Johnson, looked like he shook off and took some extra time. Raji had no lead at all over there. Went back quickly.
Fouled straight back. 2-2 on Kinsler.
Davis caught his last time when he got on base. Caught stealing. Good throw. Got him right on the back.
Ian was 0 for 3 in the first one. He has a sac fly and an RBI here in the nightcap. Popped up foul, headed back to the seats.
Well, Eric Johnson doing a real good job holding the ball on Raji Davis and gave him a real slide step right there. That's very tough to run on.
Johnson played his college ball at Cal Berkeley out on the West Coast.
Another one of those guys that was drafted out of high school and chose to go on to college. Later to be drafted in the second round by the Phillies.
Runner bluffing and a wave and a miss. Well, Kinsler is out of there. It'll be 7 strikeouts now. It's starting to pile up for Eric Johnson.
Throwing a good game.
Yeah, we mentioned in the minor leagues that he was at about 9 strikeouts per 9. Now bring on Miguel Cabrera.
Ian Kinsler hadn't struck out in, I believe, his previous 6 games coming into today, and 1 apiece, so he struck out 2 times today. I was looking at that and said, man, going a week without striking out. I never did that.
And that was, what, 31 at bats without a punch out. It's pretty good. Miggy had a single in the 4th. One of the 5 Tigers hits in this game. The 0-1 is fouled back out of play. No balls, 2 strikes on Cabrera. Well, Johnson now has had a total of 100. Here is his breakdown.
Yeah, high pitch counts 22, 28, and 18 this inning. He's up there quickly.
And Samardzija threw 88 in 9 innings in game 1.
It's a beauty. Jim.
The 0-2. Bouncing ball, third base side. Beckham backs up, and his throw is in time to retire the side. No runs, a walk, 1 man left. To the 6th we go.
inning, Gordon Beckham hits a home run the opposite way to right field. Then Jose Abreu brings in Saladini and makes it 3-1 after Alex Avila goes yard to deep center, and Ian Kinsler makes it 3-2 on a sac fly. Remains 3-2. Tigers trail.
And so we will go to the 6th inning tonight. Randy Wolf back out there. Randy allowed to walk, but no damage in the 5th. And you've got Trace Thompson leading it off, and he will look at a ball high. Thompson in game 1 bounced into 3 double plays, and Rod and I were having a conversation, giving, would you rather hit into 3 double plays in the game or strike out 4 times?
I'd rather hit into 3 double plays.
See, Rod picked the 4 strikeouts.
Why is that?
Because you don't have to run to first. Save your energy. And there's a base hit and maybe more down the left field line. And Thompson, no problem with double plays here in the nightcap. He's got a double to go with his triple.
I'd rather try to run the anger off.
Well, that makes sense.
I wouldn't want 3 double plays in a year, by the way. Trace Thompson deep to right center field in his first at bat. End up scoring a runner there. He gets the bat head out just by the outstretched hands of Nick Castellanos. Leadoff double. So he's got a leadoff triple and now a leadoff double in tonight's second game of the doubleheader.
Garcia knocked him in after his triple earlier in the game with a sacrifice fly. Avisail now with 57 RBIs. Pretty impressive night here for the youngster Thompson, coming back from a tough one in the first one and bouncing back here in the nightcap. 2 of the 5 hits for the White Sox.
That's the beauty of the game. You can have a game like that, and then if you stay determined to come back, first of all, you got to be in the game. You got to be in the lineup. So Robin Ventura getting right back in there, having a good second game.
3-2. White Sox trying to extend their lead. You look at some of the numbers, the deep numbers on Garcia. He will swing at about 48% of pitches outside of the strike zone. That is the 2nd highest total in the major leagues. Sandoval's a little bit over 48%. Pablo Sandoval.
They call that O swing percentage.
Here's the 1-0. And he didn't swing at that one. It's now 2-0. So Wolf now in a bit of a jam here. He's gone 2-0 with the man at second, nobody out. That'll dive in for a strike. 2-1 on Avisail Garcia. Former Tiger who was on the Tigers playoff roster back in 2012 before the trade sent him to the White Sox. 3-team trade. That's how the Tigers got Jose Iglesias. They got him from the Red Sox. Peavy went to Boston. 3-1. Wolf has had at least one base runner in every inning tonight except the first. That's inside. That'll be a walk, and the first 2 are on here in the 6th. Game break time. We check in with Matt Shepard. Really good, and the Blue Jays trying to go up 3.5 on New York with a win tonight.
Yeah, they're rolling. We were there. We saw the way they were playing and the way their team was meshing, and they've continued to hold pace since the Tigers have moved on.
Well, they are chasing, as we've talked about, Kansas City for home field advantage throughout the playoffs, and it's big because both the Royals and Toronto are 48 and 27 at home. They play well in their yards.
Yeah, when you want to go to that first game, you want to have your home field crowd cheering you and making it miserable for the opponent. It works on you. I'm telling you, when you get into those atmospheres like that, it gets to you. I remember in '87 we were in the Metrodome. They were blowing whistles and yeah, it was brutal. You'll have a headache by the end of the game for sure.
Mike Olt, the batter. A little broken bat, one hopper hit towards second. Wilson tags the bag one. They'll get the double play. That'll help. 4-3 double play, 2 gone. Advance the runner to third. Thompson
gets in the kitchen a little bit. Just a nice tailor made for Josh Wilson. A little nice soft hop on the first base. 2 down.
That'll bring up Gordon Beckham trying to drive in a run with 2 outs. Homered in the second against Wolf. And he's not going to bat here. They'll put him on.
Going to take on the left-handed hitting catcher Rob Brantley.
Intentional walk will be the 4th walk overall for Beckham, or for Wolf, I should say. And Beckham's got 2 of those. 1 intentional, 1 not. Here's ball 4. Intentional walk. And now Avila will head out to the mound before Brantley steps in. Well, it's Fan Appreciation Weekend at Comerica Park. Get half-price tickets to see the Tigers play the Minnesota Twins this Friday night, 7:08 p.m. Stick around for the post-game fireworks show. Call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com for tickets to Fan Appreciation Weekend. And Rob Brantley, runners at the corners for Chicago.
Randy Wolf now at 93 pitches here in the into the 6th inning. Yeah, I would say kind of getting towards the end of the line right here. You hope you get out of this inning. Maybe think about going to the bullpen quickly after.
Kroll and Farrell.
He's done a good job tonight. Kept the Tigers in the game, giving them a chance to win this ball game.
Missed it again. 2 balls, no strikes on Brantley. Leury Garcia, the number 9 hitter, waiting on deck, and now 95 in the pitch count for Randy Wolf. Brantley was acquired from Miami off the waiver wire. He was put on waivers in December by the Marlins. Slap foul back out of play. 2-1.
Want to get this guy lefty on lefty. Larry Garcia on deck as a switch hitter. I believe he's a little better facing lefties.
Fly ball right field, straight at J.D. Martinez, and that will end the threat. No runs. They get a double, couple of walks, and leave a pair. J.D. coming up to start things off in the bottom of the 6th. of 40, and if he can get the 3 home runs before the end of the season, he will join a pretty impressive list of single seasons in Tigers history with at least 40 homers. I think Greenberg's done it four times.
Mickey twice, Cecil twice.
Well, JD is 0 for 2 in this game. There's a strike call. Cecil hit 51 one year. That was back in the 90 season.
I think he hit one at Yankee Stadium earlier and they took it away. They called it a foul ball. And it was fair. So he had to hit an extra.
Cecil had 51 in 1990 and then followed that up with 44 the next year. The 2 seasons he did it. Here's the 2-1. Fouled away. 2-2 on JD Martinez.
Cecil Big Daddy.
There he is. He kind of made a name for himself playing in Japan, then came over to the States.
He went to Toronto first, and here on to Detroit.
1 away here in the 6th. Kind of did it in reverse. Most guys will play in the States and then toward the end of their career maybe try and play in Japan.
Oh. JD right here. This ball's right down the middle of the plate. Must have been looking for something else. Eric Johnson is showing us a pretty good slider when he's ahead in the count as well.
Tyler Collins, the batter with 1 out. He's 0 for 2. That'll be 8 strikeouts now for the White Sox right-hander. Ball inside. So he's 1 short of what he's been averaging as you see Wilson warming up. In the minor leagues, 9 strikeouts per 9 for Johnson. That slap toward left center field, and it's going to be caught on the run, and Thompson slides after making a nice catch.
That ball curved right back to him off the bat of Tyler Collins. Kind of took off, headed towards the gap. You can see he's battling the lights just a little bit. It's that height that it's just kind of in the edge of the lights, and Trace Thompson hauls it in. Good concentration. Good looking ball player, isn't he?
He is a really good looking player. Here's Castellanos. Ball bouncing in 1-0.
Gonna have to really get a hold of one to get it out of here right now. That wind is turned around and the flag is blowing almost straight in a second ago from center field.
Big swing there. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the Tiger third baseman.
That's that slider I'm talking about right there. Take a look. Looks like it's in the zone, then it disappears. Good depth, good speed variation, and he gets another.
Same result, 1 and 2.
Good location right there. It's breaking down and out of the zone.
Identical.
Going to get another one.
He laid off and it missed.
I don't know how he laid off, and that had to be looking for it. Now you got to watch out for that fastball that he's been throwing off the outside corner, running back onto the plate. Can't give up on it.
Swing and a miss, and an awkward swing by Castellanos. 1-2-3 inning, 9 strikeouts for Johnson.
Randy Wolf. Good defense early in the game. That had 3 groundouts in that inning. Good location on most of his pitches. Did make a couple of mistakes. Gave up a triple to Trace Thompson and a home run to Gordon Beckham. But overall, 6 innings pitched. Gave up 3 runs. Did walk 4. 1 intentional. Struck out 4. Tigers in the top of the 7th here trail 3-2.
And Leury Garcia will lead it off, the number 9 hitter. Randy 97 pitches. It'll be Garcia, Johnson, and Saladino. First one is outside to Garcia.
Little change up right there. So now you get into the 4th time around, 3rd and 4th time around at bats. You have to change things up a little bit.
In there for a strike 1-1. Garcia pointing at that pitch and saying it could have been a strike.
Yeah. He got one there. He said, wow.
All he could do is shake his head.
Brian Gorman's done a pretty good job back there behind the plate tonight.
That'll miss outside. 2-1 on Garcia. Strikeout, ground out tonight for the number 9 hitter. And Wolf now at an even 100 for the ball game. Slice towards second. Wilson plays the hop right at his belt and throws him out. 1 away. Hey, join us again tomorrow. The Tigers continue their series with the White Sox. Our coverage begins at 6 with Tigers Live. Tigers Sox tomorrow at 6 p.m. on Fox Sports Detroit. Daniel Norris will be on the hill tomorrow night for the Tigers.
Was this his 2nd start since coming off the disabled list?
It is.
That guy was anxious to not go on the disabled list, number 1, but then anxious to come off. Healed very quickly, faster than the Tigers and the trainers expected. Could be a good sign. You like those quick healers. You're going to get injured.
Well, Norris had 50 pitch limit in his first start back. He ended up throwing 47, but was awfully good.
Guessing 65 tomorrow.
Seems about right. 1 ball, 1 strike on Micah Johnson. Johnson is 0 for 3. Little looper foul down the third base line.
Well, taking the home runs. Remember this one? A bomb. Daniel Norris. Nobody knew he could hit, huh?
No, that was at Wrigley Field, and he yanked a homer in his first at bat.
So we need to get to the series so we can display those talents again.
He was the only AL pitcher ever to homer at Wrigley Field.
He is?
He is.
Wow.
That's a fact.
First career at bat, I hear. But he's athletic. He's game for anything.
Here's the 1-2 coming to Micah Johnson. Ooh, he went fishing. Avila will throw him out to complete the strikeout. That'll be 5 of them now for Randy Wolf.
So far, Randy Wolf's gotten the first 2 hitters in about what 3 or 4 innings. The last 3 or 4 innings. Gave up 1 run early in the game, but has cut these innings off after that. Getting stronger here in the 7th.
Has not allowed a run since that RBI double in the 3rd by Abreu. Tyler Saladino now with 2 outs. And Wolf wants his catcher.
It's time to go to the. Oh. Let's take a look at our high-speed pitch brought to you by Xfinity. 90 miles per hour. The high, the low of 62 on the old curveball. That was a half goof up by me, by the way.
You covered it beautifully. Strike 1 on Saladino. 3-2 White Sox had a 2-0 lead in the second, 3-0 lead in the third. Tigers answered with 2 in their bottom of the third inning. Nothing since for either team.
There's a curveball there, 67 miles an hour again. Noticing more curveballs here as he's gone on in the game. You can see the different grip. 12-6. Boom. The ball looks like it's going to be a ball up and out of the zone, but comes way down at the end. It's so slow, you're usually out on your front foot. It's not worth swinging at.
Here's the 0-2. Fought it off, back out of play. Saladino, a 7th-round pick back in 2010. Played some college ball at Oral Roberts in Tulsa, Oklahoma. A little bit of power in his minor league days. Had a 16-homer season in A-ball a few years back. And he tied him up there and struck him out swinging. 6 of them now for Randy Wolf. We go to the stretch at Comerica.
Great game for the Chicago White Sox today. Just keeping these Tiger hitters off balance. Fastball's lively, very good slider down and away. Fooled many of the Tigers. Then he comes back with that fastball riding up and in right here. 6 innings, 5 hits, couple of runs.
Pretty good.
We got a new pitcher, Dan Jennings, brought to you by Wallside Windows. 47th game, 4.24 ERA, 42 strikeouts, 21 walks. Fastball slider guy, 59% 92 mile an hour fastballs, 41% 84 mile an hour sliders. So it's going to be fastball slider. Tigers need a runner. Need to tie this game up or get ahead here as we get late into the game.
Here is Avila to begin things. Bottom 3 facing Mr. Jennings. Left-handed pitcher will face Avila. Wilson Romine. 3-2. The White Sox have the lead here in the bottom of the 7th. And Avila takes strike 1.
Alex Avila, you look at versus lefties, not as good. That's why you see the White Sox bringing in Dan Jennings.
That's in there now. The count goes 0-2. Avila hit his 4th home run of the year back in his first at bats.
He didn't like that pitch. Has returned the favor there from the last inning and the Randy Wolf pitch that maybe was a little out of the zone.
Jennings a 1.29 ERA over his last 23 outings. 1-2 the count. White Sox bullpen has struggled over their last 12. The ERA out of the pen is over 6.5.
So we got them right where we want them.
Only a 1-run deficit here. Now the 1-2. Missed it inside, and the count is even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
But Jennings, kind of a herky-jerky motion right there. Very hard for left-handed hitters to pick that up. You got to force yourself to look up right by his left ear for that release point. Can't look at all the motion with the legs and the arms. Once that fastball in again. He holds, and then he comes at you really quick.
Time was called before that last pitch, apparently. Brian Gorman went up with the hands to call time, and Jennings brought it home anyway. Two and two. Slap back out of play.
Good job by Alex right there just to get a piece. Alex sees the most pitches per at bat on the Tiger team. I think it's up around 5 pitches average, just a little less than that.
And it's not surprising because Alex will take his walk. He certainly gets his share.
Average has not been up there this year, but his on base percentage well over average.
He'll miss outside, run it full now, 3-2 on Avila. Tigers trying to get a base runner here, the 7th, down by a run.
Average on base is around 313. Avila at 332 coming into today's game.
And he walked in, ball 4. Well, there you go.
You get a runner here?
Well, let's see. Tigers certainly had plenty of folks to choose from. If they wanted to do that.
I would be Anthony Gose.
Now Marte is getting a helmet. Marte's going to run on the field now, and he will pinch run. Also a new pitcher as well. Walls and windows pitching change. We'll be back. Leadoff man out and walk to Avila. Marte pinch running. And it'll be Nate Jones out of the bullpen.
Yeah, the youngster here throws gasolina. Fastball up over 97 miles an hour. Slider almost 90. Occasional curveball and change. And a real deceptive motion, which you'll see here real quickly. An arm action that you won't normally see when you come to the ballpark or watch a game on TV. Get my stopwatch out here so we can get a bag off him.
Wilson is up there. Perhaps to bunt. A couple of strikeouts in this ball game for Josh.
Yeah, he's going to be bunting. Got the third baseman in.
And he'll let it go by for ball one.
Pretty quick to the plate. See Clarkie giving the signs. Usually they don't put the sign on every pitch. If it goes on the first pitch, it stays on generally the second pitch unless he touches the spot, and that takes it off.
Bunted toward first sharply. Thought about going to second. They'll get the out at first base. Sacrifice advances him.
Chevrolet brings you the high strength steal. Happened in the fifth inning. Andrew Romine got picked by Saladino. This time he's going to get it in there.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, and if he does, a chance to get this run in, tie the game up. Brentley out to have a chat now with Jones.
Let's take a look at this motion we were talking about. Watch the arm action. It goes straight back. Usually they hide a lot straight out and over the top. Some arm strength and shoulder strength there to put up with that.
Romine sends a ground ball to second. That'll be gobbled up by Johnson. Andrews out, advanced the tying run at third with two gone.
Well, all these teams that we play against in general, the back end of the bullpens are guys that have lots of velocity, and tonight is the case again as you see the White Sox bringing out Nate Jones, 97 miles an hour. Andrew Romine ready for that. Couldn't get it, couldn't find a hole though.
When I first saw Jones a couple of years ago, I thought he was one of those guys that would be a prime candidate to close somewhere, if not with the White Sox, somewhere. He had a really good year. His first season in the big leagues in 2012 was 8-0 with a 2.3 ERA. 70 appearances last year.
And only 16. This is his 17th game so far this year, so I'm not sure if he had an injury or lost his command.
That's it for a strike. 0-1. Rajai Davis trying to knock in the tying run here in the seventh. Single and a walk in this game for Davis. Bouncing ball to short. That'll be a routine play for Saladino. Throws him out and the threat is over. No runs, a walk. They leave a man at third. We go to the eighth.
He's got power to all fields in his second year coming over. There's one to left field. He can leave anywhere in any stadium. Right here in the middle of the field. He knows it's gone very early. And it's Oppo Poppo right there.
Oppo Poppo.
Oppo Poppo. 36 home runs last year. 107 RBI. 29 so far this year. 95 RBI. And here we got to get this guy out again. 7 home runs to left, 12 to center, and 10 to right. So evenly distributed across the diamond. Now to bring in Alex Wilson. 58th game. Got 7 holds. ERA still at 2.25. Whip at 1.04. His last outing not so good. Hung a pitch, but Tigers came back and won that game. This guy's been very consistent for the Tigers all year. He's probably spent, but continues to take the ball and give his best effort.
James McCann comes in to catch as they pinch ran for Avila. In the bottom of the 7th, there's a strike called on Abreu. Thompson and then Garcia, 3, 4, and 5 in the Chicago lineup tonight. The White Sox lead 3-2, trying to sweep this doubleheader. 96 driven in this year for Abreu. There's a ball inside, 1-1.
Alex likes the fastball cutter combination.
Low, 2-1. Abreu last year won the Rookie of the Year award, and he also was 4th in the MVP voting.
He did get a Silver Slugger though, so we got a little bit of jewelry.
The 2-1. 2-2 on Abreu. There's always that argument about players that come over from, say, Japan or Cuba in the case of Abreu, spending all those years playing professionally there, whether or not they should be eligible to be Rookie of the Year in the big leagues.
Why not? Is he a rookie? They're saying because he played professionally over in another country.
Correct. And they have much more experience than, say, a rookie in the States would have. That is chopped slowly to third. Wilson off to make the play. Got him at first base.
That was a heck of a play right there, I tell you. Abreu, for a big guy, probably around 250, 255 pounds. Could leg it out, too. He was moving down that line. This is a tough Alex Wilson going away, throwing his ball on his back foot. Let's take a look at this angle. Yeah, he's out. Good play.
White Sox will not challenge. Bang, bang.
Good decision. I mean, that's an angle for a pitcher running away from first base, directly away from it. And to pick it up barehanded and make an accurate throw. Very tough play.
Yeah, that was a great throw by Wilson. Trace Thompson sends a ground ball to third, scooped up there by Castellanos. 2 up, 2 down. You follow the Tigers wherever you are with MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At Bat is up to the moment, at any moment, with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. MLB.com at Bat for your smartphone or tablet.
Got it on both.
Smartphone and tablet?
Oh, yeah.
You're well covered then. Here is Avisail Garcia.
Kind of a baseball junkie, you know.
Yeah, well, boy, that app comes in handy during the season.
Enjoy the game.
Bender drops in for a strike, 0-1. Sac fly back in the second, knocking in a run. Garcia has also walked in this game. 3-2 in the 8th. The White Sox have the lead. Oh, 2 on Garcia.
You know, remember a couple days ago we asked Brad Osmus who the surprise guys were on the team. He said James McCann. Remember Alex Wilson? Who was the other one? Maybe Tyler Collins?
No, was it? I know McCann was one. Wilson was in there. Maybe it was Collins.
Ooh, that's paint there. Didn't get the call. But, you know, he came over in the trade with Cespedes, and, you know, there was so much focus on Yoenis. And then he comes out of nowhere, and I mean, early on especially, and really throughout this season, continued to surprise and dominate.
2-2. Well, we heard whispers during spring camp that this kid was pretty good, and that Wilson had a real good shot of contributing at the big league level this year. Well, boy, has he.
Yeah, what I like about him is I see how it's being tougher for him now. He's not throwing as many strikes, but he hasn't pulled the shoot on anybody. Continues to take the ball.
Right.
His arm's barking, I promise you. Continues to play and take the ball whenever they call.
Shattered bat there. It's going to be a foul ball. The barrel is all the way out in left field. And there's the handle.
Must be Maple. Go ahead. It's our Spanish lesson for today. What is that?
Cocina.
La Cocina.
La Cocina in the kitchen. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Man, that's really dangerous.
That's good firewood now. You need a fire on tonight.
Yeah, it's cooling down.
Yeah, chilly.
Well, it's 62 degrees here at the ballpark. A little bit of a breeze.
These are good nights for fires. You know, a lot of people, even some people, they have the TV set up, sitting around the fireplace right now. Is there at least one?
Pretty good way to watch the ball game.
I like it.
Whoa. Missed again. 3-2 now on Garcia. Two out, nobody on in the eighth. It has been 3-2 since the third inning of this game. Nothing but zeros since. Ground ball to third. Castellanos right there. And Garcia is out by a step.
3 C's.
A 1-2-3 eighth inning. Let's go to the bottom of the eighth.
The stretch, just dominating. Finally, this guy looks like he's living up to his bill. In August, in 5 starts, he only had 35 strikeouts. In September, 3 starts, 37 strikeouts. So getting dominant, and maybe too little, too late for the Nats. What do you think?
Yeah, it appears that way. They are 6 games back, or were coming into play tonight against the New York Mets. Second in the National League East. Could be too little too late, which would be a major surprise because a lot of folks had Washington in the World Series this year.
Well, They made a lot of predictions that aren't going to come true, don't you think?
Happens every year. The 0-1 is nubbed right in front of the plate. Fair ball. Kinsler's tagged out.
Yeah, that was fair.
One away. The old 2 unassisted.
2U?
2U. Is there a C involved in that?
Yeah, it is a ground ball.
Really? Okay. Great.
We got the 3C inning. I mean, that's a good inning. I mean, don't you like it?
I do.
I mean, it's impossible that you could, well, I mean, you could give up a run, but probably not going to happen. Very low percentage.
Here is Miguel Cabrera. Ground out single, strikeout for Miggy. Fouled away.
Miggy's due.
Well, all it takes is one swing right now in a one-run game. Cabrera is safely in his last 4. The average now at 338. Xander Bogaerts at 322. As Cabrera tries to win another batting title. Gunning for his 4th. Swing and a miss.
Pretty good slider right there after the 97-mile-an-hour fastball. You see the American League leaders right there on batting average. Miggy's still on top. I guess he could catch him, but he had to go on a severe hot streak. Pretty violent motion right there by Nate Jones. Fell off, really stressing a lot of areas in his body. A lot of torque on the shoulder, the elbow, the arm.
Oh, he got him to chase, and Cabrera strikes out. 2 away here in the 8th inning. Well, as promised earlier in the game, we have selected the Data Strong fan photo of the game. Actually, Gibby selected this one. You can tweet your strongest fan photo to hashtag Detroit Data Strong Fan for a chance to be featured in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile.
Good picture.
Our Data Strong fan. 2 outs now for J.D. Martinez.
That is Jose Iglesias right there.
Don't know if Iglesias he'll be back before the end of the year. There's a swing and a miss. 0-1.
Got that finger problem. Wonder if he could be available to run or something like that.
Might be. He could be.
He should be.
Here's the 0-1. And JD looks at a ball low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Get into a really extra inning game, like a historical game that I've been kind of wanting to do this year.
You've been touting these historical games.
What's wrong with that? Then you're down to your last guy. You go for it. Iglesias comes off the bench to run. Steals a bag. Game winner.
By historical, how many innings are you talking about?
Well, it's got to be over 20. We got the pitchers. We got the players. First things first, got to win this game with 2 out, need a runner.
1 ball, 2 strikes on J.D. Martinez. Swing and a miss. Jones got him chase up. A couple of strikeouts here in the 8th. We go to the 9th. Good luck to the Whitecaps. They try and hold on and win the Midwest League Championship tonight. Little ways to go, but they're hopefully in good shape tonight.
Yeah, I know a lot of the draft picks this year over there in West Michigan. Kate Savicki is the catcher. Christian Stewart, I believe.
Yeah, good player.
Yeah, Tennessee.
Bruce Rondon is on now out of the bullpen for the Tigers.
So that's good experience. What you want your minor leagues to experience success. You get that nucleus of guys that came in together.
Rondon missing outside to Mike Olt, who is starting things off here in the ninth. Olt, then Beckham, then Brantley. Now the 2-0 from Bruce. 3 runs, 5 hits for Chicago. 2 runs, 5 hits for the Tigers.
Yeah, Bruce down to the count 2-1 with a real good arm, lively. Get towards the end of the year again, and you know, this is really his first year coming out of TJ surgery. So
pulled to third base. Nice hop for Castellanos.
let's take a look at Big Boy's big play of the game. It happened in the 3rd inning. Gordon Beckham took Randy Wolf, Oppo. What do we call that?
Oppo Popo.
Just in the 2nd row there on top of the Meyer sign.
Big fan of Oppo Popo.
Why not?
Like it.
Not by this team, though.
No. Beckham looks at a strike. The Tiger bullpen now has retired 8 straight. Actually, the bullpen's been responsible for 4 of those. You had Wolf doing some good work at the end of that. So the last 8 have gone down in order.
Yeah, Randy got stronger in the 7th inning. That was a good sign. Here I said, let's take a look, short leash, and he came out and dominated.
McGowan fouled straight back.
Was that the closest ever?
Well, not the closest ever. We actually had one come in the booth.
This year?
No. This year, yeah, closest. But you said ever. Robertson warming up. One ball, 2 strikes on Gordon Beckham. Two and 2 the count. Brad was asked before the game today, before game 1 of the doubleheader, which one of your players could help himself the most the final 2 weeks of the season. Without hesitation, he said Bruce Rondon. Here's the 2-2 high, 3-2.
Well, you can see again, he's got a great arm. He just has to get to the point where he can repeat his delivery and be able to locate when he does that. That fastball, it's up around 100 miles an hour in the slider. It's going to be hard to get to. But he's young. He doesn't pitch very much. I expect he'll have a much better year last year.
Fly ball right field. That's going to be playable for J.D. Martinez. 2 outs.
That's a big out for James McCann right there. There you see it. Most innings caught by a rookie catcher in the last 100 years in team history of the Tigers.
That's incredible.
All those in the history. 880 and a third, past Frank House back in 1954. Matty Noakes was a teammate. So he's had a good year, and supporting Brad's claim, the most surprised of any player.
Frank House was a teammate of yours too, right back in the 50s.
That's funny. Oh, look at you. You finally woke up over there after this.
What are you talking about? I've been here since 7 a.m., buddy.
I know you have. You're doing a heck of a job.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Brantley fouls it straight back.
I wish the viewers could see the way you did that. That was dirty. And that look on your face.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, you just get your giggle on right now, because we're going to come in and score.
And go 20?
Historical game, yes.
Right, get your giggle on. I don't giggle.
What do you call it?
I chortle. Here's the 1-1. It's fouled back out of play. 1-2.
Uh-oh.
Somebody not make a play?
It's a big O.
Brantley in the game is 0 for 3. Garcia waiting on deck. Rondon trying to make sure it stays a 1-run game. Drilled to right field, but he's going to pull it. Fortunately, just out in front.
Lots of sliders so far. This is the bat. Pretty powerful swing right there, as you said, out in front of the breaking pitch.
And again, the 1-2. Bouncing ball to first, deep behind the bag. Miggy makes the play, and that's going to be a 1-2-3 for Rondon. So we go to the bottom of the ninth. 1 to tie, 2 to win.
On a post-game edition of Tigers Live, I'll be talking to Randy Wolf. Hey, they talk about what happened in the game, not necessarily that he had a clean sheet, but he went 7 innings in this game. And we'll also talk to Brad Ausmus about his start. We'll talk to Alex Sevilla, who had his first home run since early July. And, of course, we'll be checking in with the Chicago White Sox as well. Trace Thompson with a double and a triple in this game. Craig Monroe, Rod Allen, and Matt Shepard are all back in the Coliseum studios, and they're also going to have an update on the Whitecaps Interleague Championship game taking place in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. So we have a lot coming up here on a post-game edition of Tigers Live, but for now we'll send it back up to the booth. That is unless Gibby has any follow-up questions.
Yeah, I think we're trying to set up a Jeff Schmarja interview, the second one of the day, clear this up once and for all.
Now, why would you engage, Johnny? Why would you engage?
Dude, I was just trying to give him a chance there, and he's got to come right back at me.
Yeah, buddy.
Boy.
David Robertson is on now for Chicago, trying to get the save.
Yeah, this guy, after coming over from the Yankees in his 56th game, 30 out of 37 save opportunities. Doesn't walk many guys. You see 70-plus strikeouts, 30 walks.
Tyler Collins will start things off. Tigers are down by a run as we go to the bottom of the ninth. Collins ground out, strikeout, line out.
And see, Tyler, I'm sure he gets on, he will run. Nick, we'll see a pinch runner.
Collins takes strike one as we start things off in the bottom of the ninth.
Fastball, curveball, occasional change by David Robertson.
12 strikeouts per 9 for Robertson. Ground ball, fair ball. And a nice pick. Didn't know it was fair. Collins stopped running, and that's an out.
He can't challenge it.
What a pick down there at first base by Olt. And even Olt didn't realize it was a fair ball. He thought it was foul.
That's a pretty good shot of it right here. He's saying it went over the corner of the bag. And I'm chilling. Look at Olt. Here's a fair ball. Tyler Collins stopped running it before that.
And the reaction by Tyler Collins.
Well, I mean, you got to run it out, I guess.
There's Castellanos. Nick looks at a ball low, 1-0. 1 for 3 for Castellanos, a double in his middle at bat back in the 4th inning. Tigers got all their runs, all 2 of them in the 3rd, have not scored since. Strike called, 1-1.
Right there on the corner, well placed. Yeah, Robertson averaged against 198, 78 strikeouts, 58 in the 3rd inning.
Way outside to the backstop, it goes 2-1. Marte waiting on deck. Or McCann, rather, beg your pardon, McCann on deck.
Righty's hitting 219 off David Robertson. Lefty's only 169, so I'm just kind of looking to see who the matchups are.
There's a broken bat, base hit to left. Tying run is on.
Yep, here he comes. Anthony Gose, he'll run. Wouldn't it be something on a record day that James McCann had by setting the most innings caught by a rookie catcher for the Tigers in the history? He hit a 2-run dinger right here.
Well, Castellanos gets the high fives as he gives way to Gose. Now McCann, his first at bat of the night.
You want to study, if you're Gose, want to study Robertson's move, you probably already have on the film before the game. You notice he likes to pick quick on the way up. You already know that after the first throw over.
Foul back out of play. Boy, James loves going after that first pitch fastball, and he pounded that one back in the seats.
June 28th, in case you didn't remember, have a flashback here, walk-off against the Sox. Trying to prime that pump again here tonight.
Well, McCann would love to duplicate that celebration.
You know, you're talking about him being aggressive on that first pitch. McCann sees the least amount of plate appearances on the Tigers roster per plate appearance, per at bat. So he's good and aggressive. He'll have to work on that a little bit, but he's so young.
Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Nasty curveball right there. Looks like it's going to be a strike down and away. See the late break.
271 for McCann this year, 7 home runs. His first big league homer was an inside the park shot, and of course the walk-off. Swing and a miss to strike him out, and Robertson chewed him up there.
He's got that breaking pitch working. Just kind of a carbon copy. Threw this one a little lower. It's hard to see. He's got great spin on it, great deception.
Josh Wilson will not bat. It's going to be Victor Martinez to pinch hit. Tigers fans not giving up yet. Victor this year as a pinch hitter is 1 for 4. And 2 out of 6 in his career against David Robertson. Tying run at first base as Ghost draws another throw.
Yeah, pretty hard for Anthony Ghost. He played in game 1 today earlier at the 1 o'clock start. Sat around all afternoon, now came into the game as a pinch runner here in the bottom of the 9th. Really hard to get loose. High incidence of injury right here if he decided to go.
Another throw chasing him back. Boo, says the crowd.
21 steals and 31 attempts. You want that to be probably over 73%. Anthony knows he's got to work on that, and he will. He's going to get better. I think he's made a ton of progress in all areas of his game. He's finishing very strong this year for the Tigers.
Victor fouls one straight back, 0-1.
Had you known it, that's the best time to steal that Robertson has given. Ghost over there first, about 1.35 seconds. Previous were around 1.1, 1.15. 1.3 is doable.
Martinez had the Tigers' only hit in game 1 against Jeff Samardzija. That extended his hitting streak to 8 consecutive games. Victor being made to wait here as Robertson continues to throw to first. Here are the career pinch hitting numbers for Martinez. 295.
1 dinger, 10 RBI.
In there, a strike called, and now it's 0-2.
No, Ghost is being held at first, but you can look at the outfielders here, very deep. Right field, everybody's very deep. They want to make sure that it takes the Tigers 2 hits to score a run. You know Ghost runs well, so that's why there is an advantage to be able to steal the bag.
28,449 or 499 in attendance tonight.
You can pick a curveball. That's the pitch to go on.
Little chopper foul. Martinez getting a piece to stay alive. Romine waiting on deck. It's been 3-2 since the 3rd inning tonight. Neither team has scored after that. Just off the plate, Victor watches that one go to the glove wide. 1-2.
Brian Gorman eyeballing that one. Home plate umpire. Little run on that ball right at the end, tailing off the plate. That curveball is so tough to hit. It goes down so quick.
In the dirt, blocked there by the catcher Brantley. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
So if Victor can get the 3 balls and 2 strikes, Ghost will be on his way. Could score on a long single.
One out single by Castellanos. Ghost came on a pinch run. McCann struck out, and it's 2-2 on Victor Martinez.
think you go here because you know if it's 3-2, you're gonna go anyway.
Outside. Now it's gone to 3-2, and that means Ghost will be on the move. He's gone from 0-2 to 3-2.
I believe he's going to go with the breaking ball or the fastball inside. Maybe the backdoor breaking ball. That's why he ran that fastball off. And he started out there, maybe backdoored on that outside corner.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Robertson comes in and nails it shut with a pair of strikeouts. And the Tigers will be swept in a doubleheader here today at Comerica Park. Final score in game 2, 3-2. We'll be back.